Either we heal as a team, or we're going to crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's going to make the fucking difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's going to win that inch. And I know if I'm going to have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. There's 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You got to look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now, I think you're going to see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're going to see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're going to do the same for him. That's the team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals.
Ideas are bulletproof.
That's right. Either we heal as a team right now, or we will all die separately. Welcome to the show. It's Wednesday, June 8th, 2011. I'm your host, Popeye, from FederalJack.com. This is Down the Rabbit Hole. For a little clarification, because I assumed that when I edited that opening speech that I use, my opening, when I edited the speech from the movie Any Given Sunday, it was a motivational speech, and I cut out the non-important stuff, but I left what I felt was motivational and important for the listeners and for anybody that hears it on YouTube or whatever other service you see it on, anybody that listens to the replays. It's important. You know, I put it together to inspire people. And yet I still find some people that don't understand it. And they ask me why I'm talking about football when that's what he was referring to a few times in the speech. Okay? But many people like sports. Many people, many people are part of a team of some sort in whatever you consider your sport, football, baseball, whatever. And they're still truthers. So I'm trying to reach out to them. I'm trying to reach out to people that aren't truthers but know inside something is wrong. I'm trying to inspire people. So please, everybody, I don't want any more messages or emails telling me why you don't, if you don't understand, my opening or anything. I mean, come on, guys. This is why the New World Order is kicking the crap out of us, because nobody even bothers to sit and think and use any common sense. Everybody needs everything explained to them. I'm not picking on anybody. I'm not trying to start a fight, but it's just we need to start using our common sense here, because that's a big problem in this movement. Okay, or as a whole, people find something out and they realize that they've been lied to or whatever, and they somewhat wake up, but all of a sudden they have this holier than thou attitude. A lot of people run around, and I've caught myself saying it, saying that, sheeple, sheeple, sheeple. Well, we used to be one of those sheeple. So we got to stop thinking that we're so above everybody else. And because that's how we turn around and end up starting and nitpicking at each other and starting fights with each other. Oh, you said this a week ago, or blah, 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 or, oh, I think you're a shill, or this person's a shill. It's annoying. And I hear all these people attacking all these other radio show hosts, and you see radio show hosts attacking each other and stuff. Man, it's a waste of time. We're wasting our energy. We're just not going anywhere with it. So people, just sit back and use a little common sense. If something happens, don't run off the bat. Oh, my God, the guy must be an agent. That's why it happened. No, maybe put a little thought into it. Don't jump to conclusions. You make fun of the mainstream media for jumping into conclusions, or for the quote-unquote sheeple for jumping to conclusions. Yet many of us do the same thing. So I suggest to everybody, before anything you do, you research anything. If you come upon a situation, take 5 steps back with whatever, take a breath in and think with a clear head. Try not to be reactionary, okay? Try to use a little common sense. That's my opening rant. All right. This weekend we got coming up the Bilderberg Group meeting, and I know they're meeting for the past couple of days. I think by the end of the weekend, usually on Sunday, is like the last day or whatever. So for the next couple of days, you have the world's elite scumbag pedophiles all meeting in one big mafioso organization, talking about how they're going to take away your rights, take over the world, destroy economies, enslave entire nations. But hey, let's not pay attention to that. Let's pay attention to Casey Anthony, because that's really important. And I'm not saying that the little girl dying was not a horrible thing. I'm not condoning it. But in the grand scheme of things, let's put things into perspective. What is more important for the general populace to know? They know all there is to know about this case already, because it's been on TV forever. So what is important about it? It takes up time. It's the trial of the moment. It used to be the trial of the century with O.J. Now it's the trial of the moment. Before this, you had the Scott Peterson, Lacey Peterson thing. They use stories, real horrific events like this that real scumbags in society perpetrate against other people, and the media flares it up because that takes attention away from other important things. Like Fukushima. Now, hey, yeah, full meltdown right after the earthquakes. It was either 2 or 3 full. I think it was 3 full meltdowns. But hey, don't worry about that. Don't worry about the fact that, hey, now they're admitting. Remember when we called all those people fear mongers and said the radiation levels were really low and not to worry about it? Yeah, we were wrong. They're a lot higher than we thought. But hey, don't worry about it. That third eye you're growing in your forehead, that's good for you. That tail that your daughter is growing, yeah, that's awesome. Your son's got webbed fingers. He can swim like a fish now because he's got gills. Awesome. Don't worry about it. Radiation's good for you. Just ask Ann Coulter. Retards. People, when we say something to you, when the alternative media comes to you and presents something to you, and we give you facts to back it up, and people go around running around going, fearmonger, 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 and then 3 or 4 months later, all the information that people were coming out with was true, very shady. Very shady. You got to wonder why were you not paying attention? Do you not see the shadiness in what they do, the names that they call? And even people that are smart and awake get caught up in it because they'll attack other people. Oh, you're just being a fearmonger. I don't think there's anything fearmongering about warning people about the dangers of radiation. I don't think there's any fearmongering in that. Now, if somebody was running around screaming at the bullhorn, the world is the world is going to end type stuff, screaming and yelling, trying to rile people up, that's different. Okay, but I don't. And for people that some people complained that there were people that were selling potassium iodide or whatever. Some people were price gouging, and to the people that were price gouging, you're all scumbags. You know who you are. That was a pretty dirty thing to do. But to the people that weren't and they were just selling it, people shouldn't attack them. We even thought about trying to get some to sell to the general public through Federal Jack so people could get it. Problem is we couldn't get our hands on any except for the cheap Chinese crap powder, and we didn't trust that stuff. For all you know, that could be powdered fluoride they could be sending over, and we wouldn't even know. So we couldn't get an accurate, real anything that wasn't Chinese knockoff. and we could only get it in powder form, and we didn't want to, that could be medicine. We don't want to hurt anybody, so we just a bad idea. But then by that time there was plenty of other websites doing it. So, but we did contemplate it, and the only reason why we wanted, a couple of us contemplated doing it through Federal Jack, was to help people get access to it just in case they needed it. So I don't think it's fear-mongering. Again, the people that, if there were people running around trying to scare people on purpose, then yeah, they're fear-monger scumbags. And they're in the same category as the jerk-offs who were price gouging. We'll be right back. We're going to break. You're listening to Down the Rabbit Hole. I'm your host, Popeye, federaljack.com. Stay tuned.
Till we have your arrest, we will not rest, and we know what you did that day. Killed your own citizens to advance your ways. All my real patriots stand up and say 9/11 was an inside job. They lie, they scam, they cheat and steal. They plot, they fund, they act, it's real. They watch, they hunt, they punish and kill.